What's up, guys? Welcome to At Home Fitness with Coach A for Tuesday, January 5th. It is day number 296 of the At Home Fitness programming series, getting closer to that big 300 number. That's going to be Saturday. Make sure you guys pay attention for a nasty little workout coming at you on Saturday for that celebration. This is the YouTube channel that aims to bring you guys at home in gym quality coaching and workouts for your at-home or garage gym needs. Now, today's work is going to be a twofer as usual. The first piece here, the strength piece, is going to be a 10-minute EMOM. Two movements or same movement, two different sides, meaning each one's going to be 5 rounds. You guys are going to do a bird dog row for 6 to 8 reps, depending on the weight. We want ideally for our quality max effort weight to fall in that range. It could be a little bit less since you guys aren't going to have as much rest as usual transitioning back and forth. So if we want this to be, maybe 80 to 90% of that max effort, that's fine. Also, stick around, watch the demonstrations today because I'm going to walk you guys through a couple different ways to do this, specifically ways to do this if you don't have a bench to set yourself up on for the bird dog rows. Now, second thing is going to be a 12-minute AMRAP. You guys are going to do 10 alternating dumbbell snatches. It can be the same weight we did earlier, or it can obviously be very heavy since we're looking at 5 each side. I probably wouldn't work up past a RX of maybe 70 and 50 or something like that. This would normally be a 35 pound dumbbell. Second one is going to be 20. 2 would be much nicer than 20 lunge hops each side. You guys are going to do 10 each, hopping back and forth. And then we're going to go into kind of a chance to catch your breath, but also some core work, a plank hold for 30 seconds. So 10 dumbbell snatches, 20 lunge hops, and a 30-second plank hold. As I said, stick around. Make sure you guys check out the demonstrations of the bird dog rows today. I'm going to give you a couple different variations. Some might be easier, some might be harder, some might be easier for you to do at home. All right, so let's demonstrate the bird dog position, what I'm looking for here, and give you guys some different options. So a bird dog is going to be opposite-handed foot down. Ideally, they are vertical, perpendicular to the floor, extension from the other appendages, the opposite leg and the opposite arm. And then from there, I'm holding that leg and hip and glute in position and rowing with one side. Now, the reason why we do it on the bench, as you can see, is because the dumbbell hangs down below the bench, kettlebell even more so. Really, the bench is only there to give you the full range of motion. Now, if we want to, we can take this down to the floor, and there's a couple different ways we can do this, keeping in mind that there's no way to gain that range of motion back, so we're going to have to make different positions here. So the one position is simply to put ourselves in a plank position, so dumbbell plank row, right? Normally we would alternate these. We can keep them on the same side. Keep the legs engaged. We can lift the back leg. It's going to be very similar. Foot's going to slide on me there. Be careful about doing these with wet shoes. But essentially, this is going to be a more difficult position than a regular bird dog, and this as well. So we put ourselves in a bear crawl, tabletop type position. Ideally, I'm noticing my knees are a little straighter than I would want them to be. 90 degrees is about what I'm looking for, so they're a little closer to the floor. And then if you want, you guys can spice it up and hold the extension from the bird dog tabletop position. All right, on the workout, we have a 12-minute piece. We're going AMRAP style, and that AMRAP is going to start with our dumbbell snatches. They're going to be 10. That weight 50, 35 should be challenging, but something you guys can probably do unbroken each time. It doesn't necessarily have to be the fastest thing in the world, but I want you to be able to stay pretty consistent and pretty aggressive as we move through this. This should more or less be the quickest piece, so definitely faster than 30 seconds worth of plank. Second movement is going to be the lunge hops. If possible, I want you guys focusing on hopping from one lunge position to the next. You can pump the arms. You can put the hands on the thighs, on the knees if you want to. That's fine as long as we keep moving. This should be the most taxing and probably the slowest piece. And then we're into our 30-second plank hold. A chance for you to catch your breath, but also work on your core bracing and position. When you guys come out of this plank, you have two options. You can either rest, maybe spell out a 30-second rest every time or something along those lines, or you can go right back into the dumbbell snatches. Stay tuned for movement modifications. All right, guys, if we're looking to modify things today with the snatching involved here instead of a dumbbell, we can always go kettlebell from the ground, kettlebell from a swinging hip position. If you guys want to, you can always modify this into a kettlebell swing. If that's the case, I would probably double the reps or maybe even at least go like a 15 count or something along those lines. While I'm grabbing the bar here, if you're going to look at the lunge hops, I would simply just make them a lunge step forward and back. Right? Let's not mess with anything too complicated. Keep it simple. Keep rolling through it pretty aggressively and pop yourself into that plank. Now, we can power snatch with the bar from the floor. We can power snatch with the bar from the hang. If you guys don't like power snatches, I have a couple people I work with that don't, we can always do a clean and jerk. If we don't have any weights, I should say if we only have plates, you guys can always do that plate ground to overhead with the plate. If we don't have any weights or plates, then we can grab a band. This is going to be a little two-part piece. I'm going to take it over the traps, loop it under the feet. I'm going to do good mornings for 10. And then I'm going to take that band right from the shoulders, put my hands underneath it, and I'm going to behind the head strict press for 10.